Hi everyone and welcome back to the C++ class. In today's session we will learn the namespace in C++ programming language. What are the namespaces in C++ programming language? You know very well the C++ programming language has a rich set of libraries. It can contain the multiple classes, multiple functions, multiple constants, multiple variables. Sometimes the two classes can have the same name and two functions can have the same name. So how will you organize all this code in order to prevent the name collision, right? So namespaces are used to organize your code into a logical groups and can help you to prevent the name collision whenever or sometimes the two classes and the functions have the same name inside the libraries of C++ programming language. Namespace in C++ is a declarative region that provide a scope to the identifiers, like it can contains the definition of variables, it can contains the definition of functions, it can contains the definition of classes and work like a organization of the code in C++. So let us move to the Visual Studio and understand with the help of a programming example what are the namespaces and how to create it. So you know very well from the day one we are using this namespace std. So what is this? It is a standard namespace. It is a predefined namespace that contains the definition of inputs and output object in C++. So if you would like to perform some inputs and output operations, so you can or you have to define this namespace before beginning of a program. And this can be done with the help of a using keyword and the namespace keyword. If you would like to utilize some existing namespace in C++ programming, you can use or you can use this line or like using namespace and the name of the namespace. Now whatever is present inside the namespace std, you can directly use inside the main function. So the question is how to create or can we create the user defined namespace in C++? Yes, we can create. And how will you create? With the help of a namespace keyword. Now you can use a namespace name like a table, or inside it you can add some data or the functions together. So rows are equal 10. You can enter in columns are equal 20. This is a way how can you add data inside a namespace table. So table is a namespace that contains some data like rows and columns. So it is a user defined namespace. So how will you use this namespace table inside a main program? So simply you can use, for example, you would like to display the number of rows. So I will write rows are equal, or how will you access this rows variable which is present inside a namespace table? So you will use the namespace name table, then you will use the scope resolution operator, and you can see both variables are available right now. You can call rows. Now you will save your program and you will run it, and here you can see the output is rows equal 10. So again, in the similar way, you can access this column variable, or if you would like to add some method, yes, we can add some method inside it also, like display calls. For example, this is a method I am adding inside a namespace table. So you can display like cout, or you can display like columns equal, or you can display calls. What I have done, I have added a method here like this way, right? So I have a method display calls. So how to call this method? Simply again you will use the name of the namespace and you will use the scope resolution operator. Now you can see the method is also available, right? Now display calls, or you can call this method. You will save your program and you will run it, and you can see what is the output of it. Rows equal 10, columns equal 20, right? Okay, so we have defined this namespace. This is user defined namespace table. So if you don't want to access the data or the member which is present inside a namespace without using a namespace name, so what can you do? You will simply use a line simple using namespace, or you can write the namespace name table. So now directly with the help of this table and scope resolution operator, you can access the variables and the functions which are present inside a namespace. Now let us save this program and you will run it, and here you can see what is the output of it. You can display rows are equal 10, columns are equal 20. Okay, you can provide something like a new line, right? Like end line. So your output will come in the next line. Okay, sometimes maybe you are accessing directly rows, right, which is present inside a table namespace, right? But for example, if you will define some variable inside the same variable, you will define inside a main function, or the is its value is like 25. So let us see what will be the output of it. You will save it and you will run it. So in this case, it will show the value of a variable rows inside a main function. So right now it is confused, right? So this row variable is used from the table namespace, or it will be used from the main function. So definitely it will be used from the main function, or if you would like to use the rows which is present inside a table namespace, so again you can write a name of the namespace table, right? So you will save it and you can run it, and you can see what is the output of it. So now you can see it will show the rows equal 10, columns equal 20. It is showing the data which is present inside a table namespace. So this is a way you can create the multiple namespaces also, right? Multiple namespaces you can define like name space, or you are defining the different namespace like table1, or inside it you can use the same function or the same variable again. Rows are equal like, or you can have the same value like 25, or you can have some methods also, right? So how will you access the data which is present inside namespace table1? So again you can use the name of the namespace. So you can write rows in a table, right? Or here you can write rows in a table1 namespace, right? So here simply you will use the name of the namespace table1 dot rows. So you will save it and you will run your program and you will see what is the output of it. It is showing rows in the table namespace is 10, rows in the table 1 namespace. It is not, this is a table 1 namespace. And you can see the output is coming. It is showing the value 25. So what is the advantage of using the namespace? Sometimes you have the same variable, same function, same classes is present multiple times inside the C++ libraries. So these type of code you can organize with the help of a namespace. So with the help of namespace, you can access the same classes, same variables, and the same functions. So it avoids the name collision. So what is the advantage of using namespaces in C++? You can see avoid namespaces when different part of the code or different libraries use the same name for different entities. Namespaces can be used to distinguish these entities. So this is the good advantage of using the namespace. Second, the what is the advantage? Code organization. You can organize your code in a better way. You can group your code, or you can group the related code into a single unit in using the namespace. And definitely the readability and the maintenance. If your code is organized in a proper way, it will be more readable and maintainable by the programmer. So these are the advantages of using namespace. So apart from creating the namespaces, you can create multiple namespaces. You can add inside the variables and the functions, and you can add the classes also. So still we have not introduced the classes, so I'm not adding the classes, but later we can add the classes inside the namespace also. The namespace can be nested also. For example, you will create a namespace like a namespace, you are using the outer namespace, or inside it you can use another namespace that is inner, right? So you can have a nested namespace also, right? So why it is coming. Let me just remove this part. So what we have done so far, you can see this is a table one namespace. I have added a outer namespace. Inside it, I am using a inner namespace, or inside it, I am using a variable like int age is equal 20. I am defining some variables inside it. Okay. So how to use uh, this age which is present inside the inner namespace, or inner namespace is again a nested namespace inside the outer namespace. So how will you display? So simple, you can display like the outer namespace name, right? Outer, then you will use scope resolution operator, then you can use inner namespace, inner, then again you will use the scope resolution operator, and you can see the age variable is available right now. Okay. So you can display using a cout. Okay, you can display using a cout, or here you can use the age is equal, and you can use this insertion operator. Now let us run this program and you can see what is the output of it. So here it is showing the age is equal 20. Guys, so this is the way how can you create the multiple namespaces, how can you define the multiple same variable in different namespaces, or how can you create the nested namespaces, right? So here the complete documentation I have added here, right? The namespace concepts, how to use as a directives. So you will define some namespace or you can use it. Then directly you can use the value which is present inside it. We can have a nested namespace that we have added the example of it. You can also create the anonymous namespace. So here is the anonymous namespace. You can see there is no name, namespace without a name. So you can use a simple namespace. Inside it, we have added some variables, or we are using this variable inside a main function. But an unnamed namespace is a special feature where its members are accessible only within the same translation unit. If you will define somewhere else this anonymous namespace, so it will not be, its data will not be available. Next is alias for the namespaces. Sometimes we have a namespace that name is very long. So what can you do? You can, for example, this is a namespace that contains a very long name, or you would like to use a short name. So what can you do? You can use this syntax namespace. A small variable name is equal name of the long namespace name. Now in place of this long namespace, you can use this one VLN, or you can access the data which is present inside the same namespace. So guys, this is the use of the namespace. We have multiple namespace, multiple usage of namespace, avoid name conflict. That part already I have covered. If the same function is available inside the two different namespaces, you can call these functions along with the namespace name. So these are the different ways of using the namespace. So guys, I hope you understand the concept of namespace. Bye bye for now. Thank you for watching these videos. Have a great day.